In this video, let's take a look at the general ledger report. So I'm going to navigate to my applications drop down, click into general ledger, and over here on the right, I'm going to access my general ledger report. And when I click in here, I have my time period section, my filter section, and my format section. You can see this is lots of options here. So in my time period section, I'm going to choose my reporting period. I'm going to do current quarter, just to make sure that I actually have data in there. You can, of course, do a start and end date if you would rather do that. And in my filter section here, I have the option to base this off my reporting book of accrual, or I can choose another book. So if you have other books set up, let's say you're doing construction and you are tracking committed costs, so you have like a subcontracts book or a purchase order book, you can run the report on that. So I could choose that. I'm not going to do that right now, but I'm going to leave it as my accrual book. And then here in my GL account number selection, I can do all accounts and I can choose a specific account group, or I can do all accounts and not choose a specific account group. I can do a range of accounts, like all of my 5,000s or something. And I can also do multiple accounts and I can select which specific accounts I want to add in. So down here then, and then I also have the option to include statistical accounts if I want. In my filter section then, a lot of options here. Obviously you can read, but you can do filtering on department, location, project, customer, vendor, employee, item, class. You'll see cost code and cost type are grayed out right now, but if I select a project, if I select Walton House, then my cost code is not grayed out. I can then select it. So let's say I choose furnishings, and then my cost type becomes available to be selected as well. So they're grayed out until you select project, and then you'll have the option to choose them. You can also include subdimensions for each one of those filters. And for your departments and your locations, you can run individual reports for those particular dimensions. You also have the option to run filters by project type, customer type, vendor type, or employee type if you choose to do so. And there's an option here for your item. You can pick a particular product line to filter on if you were using inventory. And you might not see warehouse. I do have that switched on, but you might not see that there. Down here then in your format section, if I click add or edit, I'll see all the options that I have to add in my dimensions here to my report. So you can get extremely detailed with this report. You can have it run and show you headers for location, department, project, cost code, cost type, which is really, really robust, really nice report. So down here, then you can say that you want to show zero balance accounts only with activity within the time period that you're running, or don't show. And do you want to show departments and locations with activity, and do you want to retain year-to-date balances? You have the option to do summary or details for your transaction presentation. Show net change, include account on each line for CSV export. So you can export this report out to Excel, CSV, or text. And then if you're doing details, over here you can say whether you want to run with reference number or bill, invoice, or adjustment number. And do you want to show transaction number? You also have the option to group by location, department, location and department, or department and location. So you can do groupings here as well if you wish. Do you want to show transaction subtotals? Do you want to show totals only for offsets? Do you want to show monthly and period totals? And then you have some additional formatting options here for how you want the page to look. And then you can give it a title. So let's say I want to run for the current quarter. I want to do it for my accounts payable account group. So I'm going to say all accounts, accounts payable. And I'm going to get rid of my project, which is going to in turn get rid of the cost code and cost type. I want to leave my dimensions as location, department, project, cost code and cost type. I'm happy with that. I'm going to show details. I'm going to show with bill, invoice, or adjustment number. I don't want to see zero balance accounts. And right now I'm not going to group, and we're going to just view this report then. And that might take a second to generate. And here we go. So now I have all of my detail for my accounts payable, and it's given me location, department, project name, cost code, cost type. And then when I get into this report, these blue links are clickable. So I can go into this Fulman flooring bill I can click on it and it's going to actually bring up that AP bill for me. So I can go in there and see the details. I could actually edit from here if I wanted. So any blue clickable links on these reports, they're drillable. And then it's showing me my retainage payable as well. So then let's say I'm going to customize this and I want to group that by location. Let me see how that differs. So now it's going to give me subtotals for my different locations. So Timberline GC, Shannon GC over here. And then I can also do individual report. And then if I'm sending that out, it's going to give me individual reports for those locations. So let me say I just want summary details. Hit view. What does that look like? It's not giving me quite as much information here. And then I can add in additional dimensions. So let's say I add in all and hit view. And it's going to give me a lot more options across the top. So I have memo now, employee, class, item, all those different dimensions there. So lots of different things that you can do with this general ledger report. Lots of options for the formatting and the filtering. And then let's say you come up with a report that you need to run every month and you've managed to get exactly what you want by using the different filters and the formatting within this general ledger report. So in that scenario, you could give it a name and then memorize it. So let's say it's a weekly AP or something like that. I'm going to memorize weekly AP. Do you want to make it public? Do you want other people to be able to access it? Okay. So now that report is memorized and it's been added to my memorized reports. So just wanted to show you that general ledger report, how robust it is. There's so many different options with it. You can get like really, really detailed with it, play around with it and see if there are particular reports that you can come up with. You can also add them to the dashboard, process and store them. So if you process and store, you can schedule it to run on a particular date. And then you can say, whether you want to store it in Intacct or store it in the cloud. And then within your reports section, there's stored reports somewhere. We'll find them in the report center, but you can process and store, you can add to dashboard. So once you do the option to add to dashboard, you choose which dashboard you're adding it to. So let's say I'm going to add it to my dashboard, which is ST. Given a name, you can choose to make it public. And then memorizing we already saw, and then that appears in your report center. So in the next video, then we'll go through the report center and all of the different aspects within that.